This is the big one. What's going on, collectors? This is Parlay J here with you today. We've got a very special episode for you. It is the blind reveal of my 50 card PSA sub. It was my second submission to PSA. I guess technically you can call it this year. My first one was at the very end of last year. Let's call it this year, for argument's sake, even though it wasn't. But it was my second submission since starting this channel. And my first one, I actually didn't do a reveal video because I was so utterly disgusted with the grades that I got on my cards. My friend Silver Jackify and I, we both put cards together and we did a 100 card sub from last December, I think it was, that we just got back about 2 months ago. It took, gosh, what would that be? About 7 or 8 months. Of course, it was right in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic. So granted, there were valid reasons why it took so long. However, the grades that I received and Silver Jackify received were that which no one, I think, has ever really expected or seen from PSA before. So not sure if it was just, you know, maybe they didn't have their best graders on because of the pandemic, or maybe they were new, or I don't know what. But we were both so disgusted with the grades that we got. I didn't do a video reveal. I can't remember if he did or not. So I apologize to all of you guys. I should have done one anyway, but I didn't want to sound bitter in the video. But I decided with this one, so I just got this submission back. This was a 50 card submission for myself, 50 cards for Silver Jackify. It was 100 in total. And we submitted it at a card show in person just before the pandemic started. I think that was in February. I believe it was early February. And you can watch one of my videos from when we both went to the card show and actually picked up the last 2 cards that you'll see in this reveal. So I'm actually really excited for the last 2, one of which being an Albert Pujols rookie that I was really, really lucky to be able to nab, and I'm so hoping that that turns out to be a PSA 10. I decided this time I'm gonna do a blind reveal, so if it turns out as bad as the first submission did, I will try my hardest not to be bitter. Check out my video. I did a pre-submission where I showed all of these cards prior to the sub. A couple of them I actually guessed on the grades that I was hoping or expecting to get, so let's see how I do. But without any further ado, the first one is this 2014 Bowman Chrome Auto. It was a Felix Hernandez rookie. And I really wanted to get this card because at the time it sounded like he was going to retire. Of course, we know he signed ultimately with the Braves, but sat out the whole season. Still possibilities of him retiring, but let's see. This one seemed like it was in really good shape. The chromes are tough because of the surface. I was expecting maybe a 9. Would be really sweet if I got a 10. So let's see what's behind door number 1. And it's a 9. Not bad, so we kind of got what we expected there. So I will definitely take that, that's for sure. And by the way, so I submitted this together with Silver Jackify. Silver Jackify, for those of you that follow his channel, he did a reveal of his cards and he actually revealed some of mine. So I had to make him promise, you know, not to tell me what my grades were, and I have not watched his reveal. So if any of you have seen his channel, I'm sure many of you do watch his channel, you may have seen these grades before me, but this is indeed my first time. I really tried hard to stay surprised this time. All right, so number 2 is a 2017 Topps Chrome. It was a Prism Cody Bellinger, and I was really, really hoping for a 10 on this one. I thought I had a good shot. Let's see. And it's a 9. Okay, we'll take a 9. I was really looking for a 10. This was a really nice card. I mean, just look at that. as we go. All right, the third card was probably the crown jewel, if not the second crown jewel. I mean, it's got to be the crown jewel, right? It was a 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout rookie card. Now, I knew this was no shot at a 10. I purchased it online at a really discount price. There was a known imperfection. There was like a bit of a crinkle in it. I wanted to take a shot and see if I could maybe pull off a 7 or somehow get the Hail Mary and get an 8. I'm fully expecting a 6 or a 7. So let's see, and let's hope it's not worse. And we got a 6. All right, so I was really hoping to get lucky here and pull off a 7, or maybe by some shot an 8. I don't know if you could see it, but there's actually a little wrinkle down under his name. So turns out that was enough. The centering looks really good. So anyways, we got a 6. I mean, I don't know. I may crack this and resubmit it. I think it's one of those things where you may end up getting a decent grade if you go back around the second time, but we'll see. All right, so I'm keeping tally of how many 9s we've gotten and how many 10s we've gotten. We're up to 2 9s. And so now our next card is the Jared Kelnick, and that is a Bowman Chrome blue. I believe this was a sapphire. And I was shooting for a 9 or a 10, really thinking we could pull off a 10 on this one. And we got a 9. So it's the Sapphire Cracked Ice Kelnick. I had a couple Kelnicks in this sub, and so we've got a 9. The next one is a Justice Sheffield. This was a 2019 Bowman Chrome. I believe this was an auto, if I remember right. Another one that I was hoping for, you know, a 9 or a 10. Another 9. So we're 9 happy so far. But I guess considering how my first sub went, getting 9s is actually not bad. But I'm definitely settling, so. All right, the next one is another Jared Kelnick. It's the 2018 Bowman Chrome Auto. And this was another one that I was shooting for probably a 9. And we got a 9. All right, cool. So Chrome first auto of Kelnick. All right, the next one, and this was before the Luis Robert, you know, super craze, but people were excited over him. So this was the Luis Robert Bowman Chrome purple. This one was numbered, if I remember right. And I thought I had a good shot at a 10 on this. So let's see if we got a 10 and another 9. All right, so 9s rule the day so far. All right. Next one is a 2017 Gavin Lux, and this is just Bowman straight up, I believe. Gonna say 9 again. Oh, there's our first 10. All right, cool. So it's Bowman draft, unfortunately, but I will take it. So that is our first 10. Gavin Lux, but we'll take that. The next one is a 2014, it's a Bowman Chrome Michael Kopech. I did an auto grade of this previously and it got a 9, so I was kind of expecting the same on this one. Again, the Bowman Chromes are tough. And another 9, yep. So we are par for the course, doing pretty good guessing, I guess. Next up is a 2013 Bowman Anthony Rendon rookie. This one I was shooting for a 9. The white edges may make it a little easier to get a 10, but I'm figuring, you know, go with the trend, so it's a 9, let's say. And we got a 10. All right, sweet. So, you know, unfortunately, again, Bowman paper, but nonetheless, we've got a 10. This next one, I was really, really, really excited for. So I picked this up right just as Garrett Cole signed the deal with the Yankees in the offseason. I had never, at least I don't think I did, graded a relic before, and I've heard they're really, really tough to grade. And this was a relic auto, and the auto wasn't on card, so it's a sticker. If you watch my initial sub video, I was worried about the sticker because it had some kind of edge wear on it. The card looked okay. Typically PSA, I heard, is tough grading relics anyway because of the thickness on the card. So I really expected probably an 8, but I was hoping for a 9, thinking there was a realistic shot at that. So let's see. We got an 8. All right, so you could see the tape around the edges. There's definitely visible wear. So I'm sure that factored into it, but man, this is a beautiful card. Numbered, Bowman Platinum. So definitely a nice card to add to the collection, but bummed out that I couldn't score a 9 or, a 10 or something on there. All right, the next one is a card that I was, really happy to add to the collection. Rest in peace, Tyler Skaggs. It's his rookie auto, Bowman Chrome again. So I was expecting probably a 9 or a 10, leaning toward a 10, but at the rate we've been going, I would not be surprised if all the Bowman Chromes are 9s. So let's see. And another 9. Yep, we're just running the house with 9s, but nonetheless, a really nice card. And before we take that one off camera, nice pose. Rest in peace, Tyler Skaggs. Sad what happened to him, but glad to have this in the collection. All right, a couple upcoming cards. Now I switched over to Topps, and this first one was the Tatis throwback. Was it 84 Topps throwback. These were all packed fresh, so I really think that we've got a good shot at 10s here. So with Tatis, I'm just hoping all things 10. Boom, 10. Sweet. All right, so that's our third 10, and I'm glad it came with a Tatis, so that's pretty cool. Let's go next. 84 Throwback Vlady. I definitely think this one could have made a 10 as well. Got it. Another 10. All right, so 2 throwbacks, 2 10s. So the third one is actually another throwback, and let's see if we can get another 10 out of it. So this one's Ohtani. Yeah, nice. Got another 10. All right, so this is the 83 throwback, because this is from the 2018 set. So that is our 5th 10. Pretty sweet. Next up was a 2019 Topps Castanera. I think this one could have easily been a 10, so let's see if we can keep the run on 10s going. Oh, it's a 9. Era really hasn't panned out the way I think everybody hoped so far. Not that big a deal, but I was hoping for 10s on these that I pulled from the pack. Next one, Carter Kibum. I was trying to get some of his cards in. I actually kept this out of my previous sub because I just thought there was a shot that it wasn't going to make a 10. I think it's 10 possible. I'm going to go with a 9, especially since that first Euro was a 9. Oh, nice. Got a 10 on it. Sweet. All right, so if it's between Euro and Kibum, I actually would prefer Kibum. I think he's got much better upside. I got 9 excited. All right, so I had a couple Alonsos, and this was the 2019 Pete Alonso. I'm gonna say probably another 10. Boom, got it. Sweet. So another 10 for Alonso. So we're seeing the pattern of the 2019s seem to be easier 10s. So let's see if this next Alonso, 10. Yeah, awesome. Nice. So another 10. All right, now here's the one where we really want the 10. So this was the Tatis update, not the #1 most desirable card, but nonetheless, pack pulled, going with a 10. Let's go. Ah, that's a 9. All right. Tatis gets the 9. Bummer. All right, let's go next. Kevin Bidgeo. So this was another 2019 Topps update. This is another one that was packed fresh. I mean, it's got to be a 10. All right, they gave me a 10 on this one at least. That's cool. Man, the one, oof, man, bummer. All right, Vlady, another one. Well, let's see. It was 10, 10, 10, 9, 10. I'm going to say 10 again. 10. Got it. All right. That means, let's see. So the next one's another Vlady and then another Vlady. So I'm going to say 10 and then the next one 9. Nice. 10. So this was the update, rookie debut. 10. Let's cross hatch it. Making a big catch up with the 10s. And then this one, I'm going to say 9. Oh, another 10. All right. But that's bad news, I think, for the next card. Because if those were 10s, this Eloy, I have a bad feeling. See, it's funny how things panned out, right? Because Vlady was like the god in the offseason, huge on him. Of course, Tatis too, but the injury, he was kind of held a second or third. Jimenez was, a little lower. Now the season's played out. Alonso is cold. Vlady is freezing. And Jimenez and Tatis are on fire. And so let's hope this is a 10. But I'm going to say 9. Oh, it is a 9. Damn. All right. 10s have actually taken the lead. So far it's 12 10s and 11 9s. All right, so we're down to our last stack. And oh, by the way, I meant to start with this. Where did it go? But I actually came back with a Mike Piazza minimum size requirements not met. So anyways, that was hanging out in the box, so I slid that one out when I saw something that wasn't holdered. Bummer. All right, but we're going into the home stretch. Next up, we've got a Pete Alonso. This is a Topps Chrome 2019. I'm gonna keep with the trend of the Chromes and say 9. Yep, 9. All right, next one, Austin Riley, Topps Chrome. I'm gonna just run with the trend. I'm gonna say 9 again. Another 9. So they're not dealing 10s for Chromes at all. I don't think I've gotten one 10 yet on the Chromes, right? All right, next one. Topps Chrome, Ronald Acuna. This is the Rookie Cup. I'm gonna say another 9. Damn, tired of being right. Another 9. For another Chrome. Bummer. All right, so let's get off the Chromes. So we've got a 2013, actually this is a Chrome as well, I believe. Yeah, it's a refractor. So I had a couple Jose Fernandez cards in here. So I mean, if those were 9s, I'm gonna guess this was like a 8, maybe a 7. Oh, 9, okay. So this was the Jose Fernandez era card. See, it had the Mariners logo down there. And obviously he's a Marlin. This is the purple refractor. So 9 there. And then I had another of the same card. So, I mean, if that was a 9, I'm gonna go 9 again. Another 9. Man, so these guys are just running down 9s on the Chromes. Jose Fernandez now, 2013. This is his Topps base. I see no reason why this wouldn't also be a 9. 6. Wow. Okay. Not sure why. Oh, I see. Oh, wow. I don't even think I noticed that. So there's definitely a dent up in the corner here. All right. So, deep breath. This is the Acuna. And this is the one that I pulled straight from a blaster box on one of my videos. It's 2018 Topps Update Rookie. I hope this is a 10. After all those 9s and it's not chrome, this is the big one. Oh yes! Hit the 10! Boo! That, well, it didn't pay for the whole sub, but maybe half the sub. Sweet. All right, so we got an Acuna 10. That is what's up. My, oh my. So that's gotta get up there. Boom, that is awesome. I mean, I could probably just stop there. That's insane, that's great. I wish I had more Acunas coming. Oh man, that's awesome. All right, that's the one. So, you know, it was the Trout, the Acuna, and then the Pujols still coming. Whew. So we got the 10. That's awesome. Now, Soto. This was a big one. I mean, it's the, I think it's the rookie debut though. So let's see. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna say if the Acuna was a 10, I'm gonna say 9. Oh, a 10! Awesome. Another 10. So this was pack pulled too from the same box that we got the Acuna in. So man, that was a magical box. And it's amazing because I think that box, that blaster or hanger, I forget what it was. I'll link up the video here. That one cost me, I think, $45. Whereas I think now if you go to buy one online, forget it. It's, I think, almost $200. All right, next one is a Soto Legends in the Making. I'm gonna say this one's hard because it's got black around the edges or dark color. I'm gonna say a 9. Yep, 9. Okay, take that. I will take that. I don't even know if I'm definitely losing my tally. I'm probably gonna be way off at the end. Next one, I don't even know why I subbed this. Roberto Osuna. It was only because I pulled it out of a pack on another video. And this Osuna, I mean, he's a closer. He's good, but not great. I shouldn't have even subbed it. This 2015 set's really hard to get 10s from. So I kind of was figuring I was gonna get like a 7 out of this. Let's see what we got. And it's an 8. Okay, so I'll take that. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, let's go to the next one. So this is the Garrett Cole 2013 Topps. This was his rookie base. I had a rookie debut end up being a 6 in my first sub. I really, really hope this was a 10, so I'm going 10. Oh, 9. Okay. Really thought I could have pulled off a 10 on this one, but came back a 9. All right, what can you do? All right, the next one, again, I'm not totally sure why I even subbed this, but I pulled this from my binder. I literally pulled this out of a pack as a kid. Topps Stadium Club. I've never subbed or graded a Stadium Club before. I figured it's probably pretty hard to get a good grade because of the gloss. So, I mean, I was expecting like a 6 or a 7 on this. And we get an 8. Okay, that's cool. I'll take the childhood relic. Not relic technically, or literally, but figuratively, because I did pull that as a kid. All right, next one is the Xander Bogaerts. This is 2014 Topps, but it's opening day, unfortunately, not the base Topps. I see no reason why this one couldn't 10, but why don't we go 10? Because the bases have been pretty decent. All right, 10. Nice. So too bad it's only the opening day, and too bad it's not the sparkle on ball, but I'll take that. All right, so the next one is again, 2012 So around that era, this is a Trevor Bauer rookie. Figured probably a 9. Oh, sweet. Got a 10. All right, so another 10 in the books. So, I mean, we're seeing the pattern. It's the paper and the bases, they're getting good grades. And anything that's a base with white around it seems to get 9s and 10s in this sub. Anything chrome is 9, automatically. All right, same with the same set. This is a Patrick Corbin base rookie. I'm gonna guess 10 based on what we've seen. Oh, we got a 9. Okay, so a 9 for the Corbin. Okay. This is the Joe Mauer rookie, 2002. I pulled this from a pack in another video of mine. I had this this hobby box, or retail box actually, in my closet for a good 20 years. Never opened it, and I ripped it, and I was looking for the Mauer, and I'm gonna say 7. 8. All right, not bad. Centering was off, so I definitely wasn't expecting a 10. Here's another card that I pulled out of that as well. So this is the Albert Pujols second year. So if that was an 8, I'm gonna go with an 8 again on this. Oh, you got a 9. Sweet. I'll take a 9 on the Pujols second year. All right, last couple cards and we're gonna start going vintage. So the first one is a 57 Topps Don Drysdale.
Front and back, both looking pretty good. I'm hoping to pull off a 7, hopefully no lower than a 6 on this. So,
and I was really hoping for a 7 on this, but thinking I'll probably end up with a 6. I was banking on it because of the price that I paid for it to come back a 6. So let's see. Ah, we got a 5. It was really well centered, so I was really hoping that would drive me up to a 6 or a 7, even though, you know, the corners look pretty good too. The coloring looks a little faded, but I also think that's the card itself. So we got a 5. All right, next one was a 55 Harman Killebrew, and I was really, really excited about this one because the centering looked pretty good and the corners looked really good.
So I, again, am hoping that the centering being off does not take this less than a 7. A 7 would be a really, really nice grade for this card. So we will see, as I say for all these cards, how this one turns out. But I have really high hopes. I don't think it's possible to get an 8 just because the centering is so far off, but a 7 would be pretty sweet.
And I remember where I was when I purchased this. I was winning the auction while I was in my car in the parking lot of Target, and I was expecting to, well, hopefully pull off a 6 or a 7. Let's see. We got a 6. Okay. I mean, look at that card. The color is beautiful. It's definitely off left to right a bit, but to get a card like this that looks this centered and this sharp, I'm really surprised actually at the 6. I thought it could have gotten a 7, but that's okay. All right, so next card is a Warren Spahn. I had 0 hopes for this.
So kind of beat up. I'm kind of figuring it'll pull off maybe a 4 or something around there, but I really just wanted to get this slabbed.
I just wanted it slabbed, and I was guessing like a 4. Let's see. 3. All right, so we got a 3. I mean, you could tell the corners are a wreck. I'm just glad it wasn't a 1 or any kind of like modifier on this one. This next card is a 55 Topps Phil Rizzuto. This is another one of those things where like I remember where I was when I bought it. I was actually going to visit my cousin who had unfortunately passed away from cancer shortly after our visit, and I had pulled up to the house, and coincidentally the eBay auction was just ending, and I sniped the bid on this and landed it and was pretty excited, and then got to see my cousin, which was great.
Pretty decent shape, so I'm hoping that we can get maybe a 5 out of this.
But this, I was maybe guessing like a 5. It wasn't the greatest condition. Let's see. 5. All right. So we got what we expected. So I'm happy with that. Any 5 or above on a 55, I'll take. Next up is the Barry Bonds 86 Topps Traded. So I had this in my binder as a kid, pulled it out. I needed another, an extra card. This is actually going to be the last card in the sub. And I saw there was a corner that was kind of messed up. You could see it's off center. Pen mark, I think, on the bottom, if I remember right.
So I'm kind of worried that this one won't grade out that well at all. I'm hoping it doesn't go lower than a 7 or an 8, but we'll see. If it does, it'll have been pretty much a lost cause.
I was expecting maybe a 7, hopefully not lower, but let's see what we got. Oh wow, we got an 8. Shocked. Wow. I mean, not that it helps its value much because you need a 10 in this card, but very surprised. You could see that there's whitening, along the top right and along the top. I think there was a mark. Yeah, it's hard to tell. There's a little mark down here under the S, but wow, an 8. Surprise, surprise. All right, that's cool. I'll take it. All right, now it's the money shot. The Albert Pujols Topps Traded rookie that I picked up at the card show. Late addition to this sub, threw it right in the box and handed it off to PSA. And I am praying for a 10 on this one. Let's go. Come on, let's go, 10. Oh, 9. Oh man, really thought it had a shot at a 10, really did. Oh, bummer. I mean, I'll take a 9 still. Thank God it's not an 8 or less, but really thought I could land a 10 on this, but I will still take a 9. Look at the centering, really good. There's really nothing crazy to speak of. Corners, edges, the back looks centered. I'm really surprised actually that this wasn't a 10. If it were the chrome, maybe the 9, I would understand a little more, but all right. And then the last card. So this was the other one that I picked up at the show. This was the Luis Robert Bowman numbered, I think it was blue. And before I threw it in the sub, I figured I don't think I have a shot at a 10. It looked like there was a ding on the corner. I didn't notice it till after I bought it. Very slight, but said, hey, maybe I'll get lucky and get a 10. So I was expecting a 9, praying for a 10. Let's go 10. Come on. Ah, and it's a 9. Got what we expected. But that's weird because this is numbered. And the label just says Luis Robert Paper Prospects. So, not blue or purple. Huh, I wonder if that's a mess up. Well, at any rate, we got the 9. Definitely excited about this one. Not too bad. And I definitely lost track as I was tallying, and I know I missed a couple, but if I do my final count, I have, so I think I probably missed a couple of cards getting excited in the tally, but so far the numbers that I took down, 16 out of 50 were 10s. That's a gem rate or gem mint 10 rate of 32%. 20 out of 50 were 9s, so that's a 9 rate of 40%. And then 14, the remainder out of 50, were less than 9, so that's a remainder of 28%. So I don't know, I guess if there's some sort of a bell curve, it's probably that 9s rule the day, if that's the rule at PSA, but you'll never know until you kind of just see enough sample size and can see some of the patterns. So either way, I guess 32% as 10s and 40% as 9s, I'll take that, especially considering how horrid my previous sub was, with like 5s and 6s and 7s. It was really unbelievable. I was completely shocked. So some of the big guys, we did land the Pujols. It got us a 9. We were hoping for a 10, but we'll take it. Cody Bellinger, Prism Refractor, a 9. The Crown Jewel, the Acuna 2018 Topps Update, landing a 10. And then the 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout, only landing a 6, but still awesome to have any card of any grade in a 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout in a slab. And the Luis Robert Bowman numbered blue, although for some reason it wasn't recorded that way, as a 9. And we also got a couple of pretty cool 10s along the way. So that's the sub, guys. I hope you enjoyed the reveal. It was pretty cool. I'm actually even more excited now for when my next sub comes back, which who knows, at this rate it'll probably be a year from now and maybe a second pandemic away. But I have a couple coming back, actually one from PSA, one from SGC, and one from BGS. So those will be my first ones from SGC and BGS. So I'm definitely looking forward to doing those reveals as well, seeing how they grade. First time I've ever done a sub with them. So we'll see. That'll do it, guys. Thanks again. If you like this video, please throw a like down. It helps. It really helps the channel. It helps get the videos out to everybody else. If you like the content, you've been with me and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If it's your first time and you like what you see, stick with me and please subscribe. Comment. I'm excited to see your comments, and I reply to every single comment that I see. So as always, guys, thanks again. This is Parlay J. Take care. Spike your hair. We'll see you next time.
And that is driven out to deep left field.